able, but I want some fresh air. I want to sit here and look around and be seen living. So right now I'm drinking some coffee product. I always say product because I don't know how real it is. I'm not convinced, but this is where I'm at. This is what these things have come to. Just as sure as they're supposed to be flying cars right now, just as sure as there's fake food. I understand that, and that is one reason why I get so disappointed when someone calls me mentally ill. So what? What is the crime in being mentally ill? I'm not violent. That's too much paperwork for them to motherfucking do any motherfucking way. Because they might be short. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. They might be short stopping committing some kind of moral misconduct. You hear that? So I would hope that someone could really understand what the fuck they doing to me, because I am great. I really like who I am. I really enjoy who I am, and this is really who I am. This is my actual language. Now I'm sitting here. I got some potatoes, some sourdough bread where I put some garlic powder, some canned black beans, and this one, of course, I came up with it while I was in jail. Put my beans on the bread, but I put some A1 steak sauce on there. Sometimes I like my stuff plain, but sometimes I want a little, I don't know, I want to eat all this now, but I'm not going to eat all the bread. I had some more potatoes, though, on the table I fried. But I'm here to fight. And they say fight the good fight. It's just a plain fight. Because that's a lot of speculations, criteria, And I'm just going to be myself and approach the situation accordingly. Because what I'm not going to do is then get into some regulatory dispute, whereas I've already did it, but now I have to convince how important it is to me, please. Then that goes into more moral codes. That goes into more of potential for ass whoopings and slander. It goes to a point where and they want to say, well, court is the last resort. After you've done everything you could, you go to court. I am going to hold whoever accountable. This is my life. And I'm going to say it. I cannot protect anyone. How can I care about someone so much and I be gone, in jail or dead? I'm not giving my life to anyone. If they want to come around, they're going to come around. If they don't come around, they won't come around. I do not care, because I know what I mean well. Therefore, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I'm not just going to hurry up and just submit a bunch of bullshit to fight. These niggas want to fight, they can have a fight. Instead of them applying to go to competitive places to learn how to be stronger and pick on someone their own size and be awarded and get the accurate information, so they don't have to rob a motherfucker out their life, where they can actually know the real shit to build, to build themselves so they can be introduced to what law enforcement really is, or what a crisis really is, so they can see a change. They don't mind walking over garbage when they get out the car and throw somebody in handcuffs. They don't mind picking up a homicide victim that's in a pool of blood right next to a Colt 45 bottle, or some hot Cheeto wrapper, or some Plan B contraceptive type of shit. They don't give a fuck about that. Now, what if I got out here and became a medical examiner to do autopsies and all this different shit as it was suggested to me, apparently? What the fuck you giving me that kind of pen for? But to really understand and not let these motherfuckers do not sit up here and kill and murder motherfuckers and then want somebody to be dishonest about the situation. That's the same thing where they do in an environment where they say, well, they do autopsies like situations on the environment. These motherfuckers trying to convince me that I am brain dead, and I do not appreciate that. Right now, they talking about the motherfucking motorized bikes, too. They talking about you had to have them regulated a specific way. You better know which one you are driving. You better know how you driving it. And have your proper motherfucking equipment. These motherfuckers want to do any and everything. And sometimes the motherfuckers are literally hating. Shit. Create some more motherfucking lanes out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Punk ass motherfuckers, but I deal in life. I'll be bringing them motherfuckers back. What happened to you? Fuck y'all. I'm going to write and I'm going to say, listen, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I need more from you to do my job, to actually understand. Because Kenosha, Wisconsin, Racine, Wisconsin, whoever has the reputation of falsifying reports, not allowing stuff to get out. And I am not going to fail my job. I put in too much effort. I want to know the truth. I want to properly articulate this shit. And I want to exegete the fuck out of every single thing. I want the linguistics. I want the etymology. And I want to bring this motherfucker back to life. Not only because it's taken away from the motherfucking economy and the civilization that you asked for, but because why is it a dead individual here? And what is the criteria? What is the criteria of actual death? See, I'm telling you, I'm 40. These motherfuckers believe that my life has flashed before my eyes and it's a wrap for me. Yeah, and I don't give a fuck what they got to say. Fuck this stupid ass shit out here, man. But yeah, I'm happy to be alive. I'm about to get this ice. Oh, I was so motherfucking hungry last night. Oh, I was so hungry. Oh. I was real hungry. Then I was feeling like have a fucking orgasm. I was waiting on it to come. Like, I ain't about to sit up here and masturbate. Shit, then I said, damn, that motherfucking coffee kicking in from earlier or what? Fuck. Sorry. God, just wanted to go to sleep but couldn't go to sleep. I said, I'm living out here. I'm alive. Goddamn, this is a great moment for me, but fuck, I can't do shit with it. I don't got my own house. I ain't on shit. I ain't even gonna go there. Goddamn, so I rocked myself. Rocking myself. Shit, I had to use my motherfucking self to think myself through my stuff. No motherfucking one. Oh shit. So I made myself feel better. Oh yeah. I put the beans on. Oh, when I cook the beans, I put a little A1 steak sauce in the beans. Just a little. Like a teaspoon. Not even a teaspoon. Motherfuckers keep trying to swear I'm on drugs and shit. I don't get dumb ass shit. What would convince someone in the slavery-like situation to be able to stand up for themselves, you know? Knowing that it's real life slavery over here. Here, I'm just going to eat something and try to make it taste like something. I do not appreciate having to put beans on bread in jail. So when I put it in there. First started initially rather, please. This potato. Just put it right up on top of that bread like that. I'm gonna have to make it. I'm not a killer. I don't approve of killing. Everyone has their own situations of what they believe in. I can't stand in that way. But what I'm not about to do is have them fucking me over. How you gonna have vision screenings on children who barely can wipe all the pee off their little bitty tiny genitals? Who still got motherfucking My Little Pony and motherfucking Space Jam on their drawers, or if not diapers. These motherfuckers know good and goddamn well that they are killing in their motherfucking public systems. You already know you ain't got no mother. Come on now, you gonna bring some bullshit and then you gonna wear some flashy ass motherfucking clothes or do some tricks. Hey, look at here. Here's a sign here. Do they even know the motherfucking alphabet in its origin? Maybe they have a smart ass someone at home that has taught them. You do not know the actual alphabet. Do not speak unless spoken to, meaning if you are not reading this properly, if it is not making sense, do not speak on it. Do not agree upon it. Look at they ass stupid if you have to, but do not agree with this dumb ass shit. So they have to teach you the origin of the alphabet, the origin of and when was the letter J even fucking created? Get off that bullshit. They haven't fucking been. Yeah, of course you're gonna fit in. How many was it? Hundreds of motherfucking, including throwing book bags at motherfuckers in Kenosha? And how much amount of time? What, 2 hours or something? The fuck is wrong with you? Hamburglar ass motherfuckers out here. I'm serious. These motherfuckers. trip. I don't appreciate that shit. I had asked them schools for my baby reports. They wouldn't even give me my baby vision screening test or nothing. They wouldn't give me his psychological reports or any of that shit. I have so much that I want to do, but I'm not going to hurry and be fucked up out here. If I have the chance to get my shit together and sit here and taste every fucking piece of flavor in my food, that's what I'd rather do than sit here and beg them to figure out what the fuck they did some stupid shit to me for. Happy I got this ice. Look like one my dad had. Well, one that my dad had when I used to ride on it. Like, what the fuck you motherfuckers talking about? Still ain't on shit tight, because when a motherfucker look at the situation, what does your opinion really mean? And that's why they do, resisting arrest and, I didn't resist arrest. See, uninformed consent, all kind of shit. No, I resisted arrest. Actually, I said no to the arrest. Fucking throw me in jail for not letting. What does that tell somebody? That they want you, your system is created to tell a motherfucker to die. That's what the whole thing is about. Dying, a loss of life. You know what I'm saying? Come on, make sense of this. Who's going to actually really teach this shit for real? Oh, this thing is great. Now, I've had beans on bread before, avocado and different things like that. But, but I've had chili dogs and shit way before that. I used to rather put the hot dogs in the oven. The motherfuckers taste like they were on one of them spinning things at a carnival or something. Don't fuck with me on shit, nothing. I don't eat animals. But I don't play about anything. I would rather put that bitch hot dog in the microwave before than boil it. Just came down to this. I don't like it. I was planning on not cooking anything today. Just eat crackers and apples and shit all day. I couldn't do it. But I'm going to do it later because I'm about to eat some more of this. And I don't always have to spread it around. I like the way Tyrell make his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He be trying his best. He'll put loads of it on there. Loads of peanut butter, and instead of spreading it, it's just little. And I spread it, but I put a lot on it. I put a bunch on there, but he put clumps on his shrimp. Woo. He sure can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He could try to. It take him a while. It be taking him like 10 minutes. Motherfuckers don't got time for my baby. Motherfuckers can go on about they goddamn business with they punk bitch asses. Motherfuckers want to rush perfection. That's because that's how you punk ass motherfuckers grew up. I'm sorry, I'm about to say some bogus ass shit, and I'm about to cry because I know how wrong it is. Period. Because I should not. Look at me now. I can barely buy food. This ain't got shit to do with what the fuck I'm doing now. This is exactly what the fuck I'm saying. All these punk ass motherfuckers growing up in the soup kitchen line. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers, bring your own bowl, bring your own cup. Here's the scoop. Get on your way. And then they want to give a motherfucking pill and all that shit to top it off so you will lose your motherfucking appetite. They want to teach mental illness. They want to do all this different shit. So a motherfucker won't realize how important it is to appreciate, or in this case, perhaps savor the fucking moment. Digest the food. Motherfucker, how can I, what I'm going to look like? I'm motherfucking impossible to myself right now at the moment because I just had to scarf down with this motherfucking bitch ass shit. Not even sitting down, appreciating my shit. Motherfucker, no. I'd rather talk and eat my shit in class. No. Fuck y'all, man. And teach these motherfuckers out here because they in for a surprise. But I ain't raising nobody out here like that, so it's a lot different. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck it is, y'all. I poured that cold water in that coffee. I'm about to drink that. I have to eat this ice though before it melts. I was like, damn, I put some water. It's freezing. I'm about to get this shit. Took it outside, opened it up, and then I couldn't even. So some of it I had put in a bowl, and then by the time I got up again, it had melted. I was like, fuck, I just knew it was gonna be some pieces. Not exactly. Oh, I'm gonna have one piece of bread. I don't know. I'm gonna make it through the week with my motherfucking food that I got. I'm gonna try to do my best. I got some money. I could walk to some kind of place. I don't know. Dollar store, motherfucker, kick me out of it over there on State Street, though. Hell yeah, you gonna kick me out. I'm not about to sit around this bitch and have you escorting me to the bathroom like you want me to agree. Bitch, you wanna get it. No, these motherfuckers not gonna be my motherfucking, armor bearers, motherfuckers. What the fuck on? Hell no. I'm sorry, I just can't have, I'm sorry I'm gonna say some fucked up shit, but like it or not, I don't want a white woman to be all in my motherfucking face trying to monitor what the fuck I'm doing. I'm not bullshit. I don't give a fuck who it is. I just cannot. I would rather have a black looking man. Matter of fact, I'll take care of my own ass. Put a mirror in this motherfucker. And damn it, fuck y'all, man. Now I'm about to have these, and then at that, some fucked up ass white bitches too. Hell no. Poor ass motherfucking situation. Bitches running up on me at the fucking Dollar Tree. That is just so amazing, though. I guess somebody let their dogs out for a while. Them look like some dogs that they might do for or whatever. They out here finding their way. That's so cute. The different sizes, whatever, and they walking together and they looking around and shit. If I had some animals and shit, I'd be trying to get their ass. I want them to talk. Say something. You should be able to say something. Talk about a lot of dogs who do that. A lot of situations. Talk about man's best friend. For what reason is that? You don't have a best friend that can't talk to you, ain't say shit. At least teach a motherfucker how to read and write. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all this dumb shit. I don't know. I don't give a fuck who trying to hustle me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will try to push up on me and try to act like they like me so much. Anybody ever seen that movie Puff the Magic Dragon? That's a great ass motherfucking movie, I'm telling you. Never ignore what means something. Straight up, motherfucker want to convince somebody, listen, what is your problem? That's the society that you enter into. But the thing about it is, how you gonna give me a blank syllabus? Nothing there. No supplies on, nothing attached to it or nothing. No binder full of motherfucking tabs. No motherfucking outdoor activities. No leads. Just do what the fuck you are told to do. And whatever is said, that is what it means. Then they want everybody to wear the same motherfucking size shoe. That's that motherfucking vaccinations. And then if a motherfucker happen to get a little bit bigger for some motherfucking reason, they, you know, wear them clothes out. Get them nice and worn in. So the next motherfuckers can really have them. Because they want, that's what, if you sitting there, you agreeing to be thrifty. You gonna understand what they're gonna do. These motherfuckers are arguing, justify that shit. Them motherfucking attorneys be sitting up there not qualified. They're politicians. And then if somebody know, where's the real jurisprudence? And then they'll sit up there and try to be quiet and not say, see, oh, I'm not gonna tell you where I got it from. Get you an attorney. The attorney can advise you. No, bitch, you can tell me what the fuck you accusing me of. The fuck are you talking about? You want to get somebody to then speak for me to shut my words up, and they ain't about to read it. They're just going to say, oh, just go ahead and sell it. Don't poke the bear. What kind of motherfucking attorney, court-appointed attorney going to tell me, leave it alone, don't poke the bear? Bitch, bye. An old police officer. Bitch, somebody that used to, they going to give me a mouth. I didn't even want to go to that bitch office. She was so fucked up. I didn't know if that bitch was going to try to shoot me or not. I ain't lying. Trust that bitch. She was moving too funny for me. Fuck that. I done seen shit happen to me. Nobody gonna tell me nothing when the motherfucking police officers had that goddamn ambulance waiting on the side of the road and put me in an ambulance that was waiting on the side of the road. How would you, how ethical is that? Oh, you just got ambulance sitting around. Oh, like you just, like this a walk-in clinic around this bitch? Racine, Wisconsin? Or just an ambulance. How do you know I was going to drive over there? What if I went the other way? Was it one over there too? That was my assigned motherfucking ambulance. And I'm going to get all my motherfucking records. I don't trust them motherfuckers sitting there driving through Buchanan Street one Wednesday night with they motherfucking lights off an ambulance and a motherfucking police officer. And when I came out there, I am not lying. Monitor them and see where the fuck they were that night. They have GPS and you can probably check the fucking speed. If not, enhance them motherfucking vehicles, because I'm coming for mine. I am going to prove that I am not lying. I'm going to prove that these motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck. Shit. Fucking pick up the speed. Left that motherfucking garbage cans right there and dipped my ass. Bitch, please, you ain't gonna 187 me, bitch. Whatever that mean. Shit. Drive-by shootings and shit. Fuck y'all. Then they out here trying to get, what is it? Civilians to go through they, I look like it might be not upgrade, but a different year though. Y'all are just so great. I just see some of the most beautiful things. I would never turn my back on myself. You know what I'm saying? I would never stab myself in the fucking back. The fuck? I'm not a martyr or any of that shit. No. I'm not the sacrifice. Fuck all y'all, man. And I swear to God. Now, so when I have established all this about my life, you can't get to me talking about that I do blasphemy. Parkside Police gonna talk about I'm doing blasphemy to them. Them motherfuckers cannot say that I have what is the other one? It's like leading to blasphemy. Oh, not derogatory. Damn. Not swearing. What is the other one? Fuck. I don't even know. I was just talking about it. I don't even fucking know. But profanity. The fuck out of here. Y'all gonna learn something one of these days. And then they out here calling motherfucking police officers authority figures. They don't even have the qualification. You stuck somewhere in Pleasantville some motherfucking where, nigga. Straight up. And for what? That motherfucking red motherfucking lollipop is popping. Motherfucking sucker. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Ah, damn. Motherfuckers can't keep up with shit that they got. Never know. Can't have vintage, can't have shit. So I'm saying you can never date within your class or do the things that you want to do because it's always just now, never later. But somebody else would be happy to play that sport again. Shit, fuck all them. There is no sentimental value anywhere or any of that. I just don't know. I 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 don't know. Oh, I come to a place where I want to be on my own with many things all around me, literally. Oh, but yet and still, the truth still remains with life in me that only I can see. Somebody lie to me about this place. No research, no resource, tools or supplies just me. And then I can hardly see. They don't know, but I know something deep inside. So I can't quit. Oh, I can't quit. But why? When there is no need, and I should not cry, but it's expected that something in me died. But yet I have life, to who shall survive this in due time. Oh, many things may soon come my way. Many things has yet often passed away, but still there is bright skies, element and moral property. But yet and still somebody's lying through their teeth. But yet and still the fact still remains, I may not be better, but I can do what is asked of me. Better choices because I please. Oh yes, I'm a sin. I'm a shout it to the top of my lungs. Set for failure has been begun, but I am not discouraged. I can handle all these things. Oh yes, I can. It is left up to me, but yet there's no need. Nothing too hard to find. My own beliefs, my own truth is where and still the compromise, the things I appreciate. Oh, 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 oh. My vision see. How can I keep this thing real? I don't know the meaning. I don't know what others are going through. I don't know anything. I don't even know. This shit gets tough sometimes. You know? They want to talk about, oh, somebody is having a catatonic moment, or some kind of not desensitization, but like damn, I just had it. Disassociation. These are not natural words to me. Okay, my makeup is not performing to make way for these sorts of things, because that's not who I am. My energy that I take in, this is why I know my natural self. If this is not who my natural being is, then I'm not going to feel happy about it. I'm going to disagree with it. It's not what my soul requires. And I believe that in myself. If this is not who I internally want to be, I'm going to reject it. I'm going to somehow feel quite different about it. See, just as well as the food that is not natural foods, where it's not blending in with my own bodily fluids, where it's rejecting. So I have cells and tissues in me where these enzymes are supposed to attract themselves and work in coordination somehow. And the plastics or whatever it is going into those areas that are yet to be filled in my age. And those come with time and strength and building muscle. But those artificial things, to me, in my opinion, and from what I can fight and argue about, is being filled by artificial substances. But my organs are much different than my cells, or where my fat is supposed to be, and as well as my muscle and my skin, my vision, my voice. So I'm looking different. How come I'm not growing tall? It's not getting to my bones, but it's getting in those places that I'm supposed to gradually grow into. But it's causing me to grow. I'm gonna try to take my time at a more rapid pace, because some things, like for instance, if I buy a 30,000 square foot office building, fully equipped with state-of-art laboratories and a world-class universal kitchen, physical education department, a classy gym, a nice garden, all this shit included, right? But I don't, and there's other places with lounge and all that. I have the building, it's my building. But I choose not to furnish every room. I don't even have the money to, but that's okay. I don't have to go and buy a bunch of junk. I don't have to go and, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I don't have to go out and go to somebody and pick some shit up off the side of the road. Because I've done it. I've seen chairs out on the side of the road. I bring them in, wash them off, spray paint them, do something with them, try to put some fabric on it. Fuck that. See, this is not, but I live my life. You see, eventually I will grow where I save up $1,000 to get a bench. It might take me a year to get it, but I put that in its proper place. I have, what is the hurry? This is my building. I have forever to figure out what I want to do. But why do I have to put all this fake stuff in these and compartmentalize my body in these places? And now I'm looking like the ugliest thing. Oh, I'm looking mutated, because that's not my natural beauty. But good thing I have something in me that I'm recognizable. You see what I'm saying? And so these are the things that I have to look at. There's no real fertility, because how could it? Where something that was inappropriate, contaminated, has been applied into my system. It is not blending properly. When I am urinating, when I'm doing all my stuff, I feel that I have completely, how many times would the ambulance come? Each and every time somebody sits on that toilet, and the amount of bodily fluids that will leave out of somebody's body, and the vitality really, literally, strictly will literally leave. They could not handle it. They are in a state of fucking emergency. And they know it. That's why they have put something. And they want to falsify all this shit to qualify for them bullshit grants. And you're not even doing shit. You sit up here and use everybody's jail time, everybody's parking tickets, their life to build townhouses. How many motherfuckers gonna be able to stand that shit? Then them motherfuckers wanted to put me out of the duplex that I was in. Never once did they say, but you're gonna be able to move in one of these townhouses. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's subjective in particular to what someone else is doing. Therefore, I have to continue to beat my own self. I have to do as best as I can. And I'm set out for failure. Then but what about the so-called building inspectors, which will also be called poverty? No money. School to prison pipeline. If you don't put some furniture in that house, we're going to take it from you. So I have to grab anything that I can. And whereas I'm supposed to have money to pay my light bill, to pay my car note or my insurance, to be able to do the things, save up and be able to buy a birthday gift or whatever for myself, I have to now get something to buy paint and plaster, which would be things like baking soda, cayenne pepper, cocoa, coffee, lemon, ginger. These things to try to build the heat in my body, because once again, I had to tell somebody, listen, you got a great body temperature. I don't. You got way more stronger iron in your body than I have. Shit. I'm a little guy compared to you. You know what I'm saying? I just told him that, yes, I didn't know how to say it. I can't stand being in them cold situations like that because I'm not strong enough. My skin is not built properly. I'm not eating the flesh of others and it's coating and going into places and doing all that shit. But it ain't only that. It's just an experience of being able to age and properly be in position some goddamn place. I have to make sure I take up a collection for my own life. To live. I have to be strong enough to say, I don't care what somebody says about the clothes I wear. I don't have to explain to anybody what I'm doing so they can go on here and stop focus on me because it ain't shit. It's just say from the jump, it's nothing to you. My hair, everything. I like the way my hair looks. My hair is so interesting to me. I like it. I believe that it's pretty. I believe that it's beautiful. I like touching my hair. I like feeling my hair. I look like a great sculpture sometimes. I'm not going to change who I am because of my situation and hurry along and put lipstick on my lips because they have to take pictures of their environments through their satellites and say this, your doctors and all these individuals and it's probably the food sources out here that they claim is real. Look at everybody, look at their hair. Look at even the black folks that's been extracted from. Look at their hair, look at their quality of hair. That's weave. And then not only is it weave, it's synthetic. Those lips aren't to their full potential. That's lipstick and lip gloss. These motherfuckers out here casket sharp. And then you have little pageant babies out there wearing this shit already. And it's going to be attractive to any man or any god because that's how you're supposed to look healthy. And when someone sees that pop of color and that vitality and moving around, it's not necessarily because it's a child. It's that representation of real, actual life. But then somebody is convinced, don't run through the halls. Don't run in here. And the teacher sit down and program self to just die 1,000 deaths throughout a course of just an annual span. I used to sit there and I used to ask my dad, I used to eat the skin off of a fried chicken. And my dad would take it off. He wouldn't eat it. And I asked him for it. And my dad just sit there and was watching me eat it. And he looked so like almost disgusted. And I start damn near choking on it. He said, "That's it, put it down. Don't eat any more of it." And my dad never he never told me too much how he always said, be careful eating all them starches, because they know, but I believe now, I understand that they would try to take that richness and that fulfilledness in my body, because if I have to go to the doctor, they would try to give me some kind of diabetes, instead of them telling the truth that I don't need to be there at their doctor's office, because they're doing signs of near-death experience. They deal in depth. If you're supposed to have a high blood pressure, you're supposed to have high cholesterol, you're supposed to have a pulse. And if you don't, then what can they do? That's why they have those calories. I talked about yesterday about how they say, well, you gotta be, they have obesity. Yeah, because when they take organs out of your body, they want to prove that they have a system where you can still make it. But if you get too big, you're gonna have to have all your organs to carry you. But if you want to just be there, just living to watch everyone else live, they'll tell you that you don't really have to have an organ. But you have to maintain a specific weight and a birth rate. A birth weight too. Right now, someone is advertising that they need a kidney. And they're looking for a kidney. I'm not giving away my kidneys, but I'm going to talk about it. Because they said on there, all you need is one kidney to live. So I'm wondering, what the fuck? What happened to the other kidney? If you have 2 kidneys at least, and you only need one, and you're asking someone from one of theirs so that they can have now one and you can have 2, somebody might do that for you. But perhaps, and I'm not telling anybody how to live, what about talking to somebody about waking up that one kidney that they're telling you that is asleep? And then everybody can have those 2. Well, because they're going to promise that other one later on down the line, you can get another kidney and eventually you'll be made whole. See? And at times they convince them, God will give you all of the things that you'll see your brand new body. After you die, all your stuff will be restored. And they misinterpret text and they go through all these things. And I can stand corrected. Somebody can say some shit to me right now and tell me that I have no business speaking on what they do, and they would be accurate for only one point. Is because I'm not in that. But another point where they would be completely out of bounds is because I am being held to those standards, and motherfuckers sitting out here constantly abusing me, and I can talk on it. I've been through some shit. See, and that's the problem with anybody in any situation. Right now they're saying my son is all these different things. He's living. He should have. Why are you worried about his weight if you didn't steal some of his organs without fucking telling me? My son used to be completely active, jumping all around. And I see him coming back, moving more than when I had first seen him after all these years. He wasn't moving around that much at all. I was so upset. But I started stretching him out and pushing him down, pulling his arms out and hearing his back coming in alignment. And so that air that's coming from that breathing and that growing and all of these things. He is able to grow. Instead of growing like this, he can grow like this. And that's the difference. There are lots of fairy tales where you see someone who has walked around all hunched over and their skin looks like swamp. They're sitting in their cottages, in their mansions or castles or whatever, and around, and they're trying to gather food around. They own their property, they have everything, and they've been living off of their vegetation of the land for 10 and 20 or 5 years, 10 years, because they don't go around the common folks, because they have a different belief. And you start to see those moles grow on their face with a little piece of hair, and their fingers are like this, because this is all that they're doing, bending down, trying to find something to eat. After so long, they've went through the seasons, and the seasons are changing, and they're trying to find something to eat, and they're also trying to probably sophisticate themselves to understand, where did they go wrong? Not having enough room to stretch, or dodging motherfuckers like, what airplane is that flying over my head? Are they trying to see? And so long you build up the social awareness to say, soon as I step feet off of my land and my acreage, someone may try to capture me and tell me that because of my skin color, what I'm proud of, that I have to go and let them take pieces of it to study it, and then they call me sick and tell me that I must die because I didn't walk to their territory and I'm nothing like them. And they would not ever want to cross-reference toward with anything like me. Whatever I've gotten into, they won't know parts of it. So then they'll try to take everything out of me until I have been made to look like them. They don't care if my hair, I've grown my hair. They don't care if I'm strong and I have muscles and I'm all this. They don't care. They'll tell me they much rather me shave it all off and grow it to look like them. But all it takes is some stretching and some moving to be able to stand up for myself and not to be discouraged or worry about what they have to say about me. I'm here to do what I have to do for myself. I should be able to continue to do the things that is most appropriate for me in my life, instead of sitting around waiting for them to tell me that I have to look like them. But their situation is dealing in depth. They are not, they're more sophisticated and smart in doing surgery than growing the body. I find great principle deficit in things of that nature or that kind. What am I really supposed to do? Where I am so attracted to myself that when I sit here and I think about myself, I feel my legs jumping. I can almost feel my breast nipples tingling. I can almost feel my hair growing, and between my legs just throbbing. I don't know if anybody understand that throb between the goddamn legs, but that is the best thing. That's showing me I got some motherfucking blood flow. See, I sit down and I do that. And I'll sit over here and I'll look over my life and I will cry sometimes because of how great that I look. How hard I have tried in my life to do my own thing. And for them to tell me that I can't even drive somewhere where I can get closer to where I can be more of myself. To tell me that I am inadequate because I have learned about the improper things that have been done to me. So now I cannot even have a driver's license, or I cannot wear the same clothes every fucking day. Yeah, this might have came up like this. I've been wearing this shit since 2023. Damn near every fucking day. Despite the times that it was taken off of me for probably a total of what, like, shit, I don't know, 10 months through a span of me going to jail and hospitals. The fuck do you believe? But you know what I can do? Sew this bitch on. Sew it together. See, I know of stories where, you know, fashion models they'll have it so that their clothes can fit them, to show, yes, society is telling me I need to wear clothes and I can't be naked, but they can't tell me that I can't show my figure. Oh, it's so mean talking about, oh, your pants are just too tight. So there's been times where I had laid down just to zip up my motherfucking pants, but I wanted to wear them. I don't give a fuck no more about what somebody say. Oh, my belly look fucked up, or I don't give a fuck what nobody have to say, because I'm working this. This is my life. It was times where I said, you know, I would go and get surgery on my arms and my belly just to look like what they want. Why would I have to cut off my body where I need it to circulate? I could put in the time. It's going to take some time. Everything is a hurry. As if somebody is going to jump in my body. I have to hurry up because someone else is taking my life. Like, I'm only renting my life. This is what motherfuckers would sit there and tell me. Your life is not your own. This is borrowed time. Or they would say things like, you know, life is just like a vapor of just a few days. And they convince those. And then they pass it along to generations. Somebody just told me yesterday, life is short. And as I wanted to talk and address that, they had to leave. But life is not short. The spelling of life, L-I-F-E. I can take days and days just to recognize the letter and where the letters came from. Then I can study years about where etymology and the origin and all these things. Just the word life itself. And every word can be like that. That's where I'm at. These motherfuckers don't have the breath to breathe. That is on them. Motherfuckers long-winded, they got asthma pumps and every motherfucking thing else. Get a fucking refill. Because I'ma be here for a while. You don't want others around you to see that you on drugs. You want them to believe that you perfect. If you start telling the truth, a motherfucker may understand something sometime. Maybe you wouldn't be so jealous and disheartened by the things that I'm doing naturally. I'm putting in the fight. You can breathe on your own. If you choose to breathe through an inhaler or whatever the situation is, that's on you. It was somebody that I had met somewhere. And sometimes I regret not staying there to, you know, they say, hey, this can be your room and all this different stuff. And I had never been in a situation like that before. And I was asked, do I want some wine and all that different stuff? And I had said no. But I could not get to sleep. And I had never been in that house before, never been in a situation before. And he had taken me to I had wanted to go to Olive Garden. Now, I probably could have went to some motherfucking restaurant and got some good ass food. I asked to go to Olive Garden. So he started telling me how rich that Olive Garden food was. But he still took me there and sat in the car. And then I said, well, baby, but when I happened to walk to the room where he was at, he had machines, breathing machines up on him. And he was not black. So I don't give a fuck what nobody has to say about me. I don't have to pay a debt to motherfucking society. I live my life according to who I am. But eventually I was sick and I went and I didn't know what kind of, and I had grabbed this bottle. It was terrible to me at the time. And years later, I said, damn, now that I think about it, that motherfucking wine was the shit. Oh, it was so dry, but it was so red. And I was just drank enough to get a little fucked up so I can get calmed down about my awareness, trying to look around. But that motherfucking wine, I had it on the dresser in there, and he woke up and he was back alive in his situation. And he's like, but you told me you didn't want any wine. I said, later on I said I must have opened a real expensive bottle of wine, or maybe one that didn't want to open, because he had a whole bunch of wine over there, and it was just tons of wine, I guess. And I had just grabbed one. See? And I said, I have to go because someone is having a birthday party at the YMCA and I want to take my daughter to it. And it was raining outside and I didn't make it anyway. But so many times someone has said I have been awful. But I have already proven that sometimes great opportunities for my life, I have considered others. So I look at those who use those machines and all this different stuff to make sure they're properly breathing, or to put those extra, extraordinary things into their body so that they can level up and maybe even buy themselves time, or whatever the situation is. Because it is hard. And some have to pay because the food is not giving it anymore. And it is by design. This money situation is really tough. You got to have the money. Or then they want to say, well, in order to get something, you have to have an illness and a mental illness. I'm not about to play that to get any fucking thing. I do not have to be sick to be able to get something in my life. I don't want to go to driver school right now and then they say they the ones that taught me how to drive so well. I am like that sometimes because I have that much confidence on how great I drive, and I want to be the one to say I owe it to myself. This is a debt that I don't owe. This is a debt of straight gratitude, not instant gratification. I should not have to be, I'm not sick like that where I have to have them to coordinate me and teach me how to drive so that I can be on their docket and they can say, well, I learned from them and I never known. No, I have been out here driving my ass off. I know how to parallel park. Shit. And I should not have to be accustomed to situations where motherfuckers sit here and hear, yes, I am black. Yes, I don't give a fuck about what a white bitch have to say to me. And for very good reason. But guess what? I don't have to give a fuck about what a black motherfucker have to say to me either. Because a lot of times them motherfuckers neck and neck on a lot of their situation. And damn what a Mexican or anybody else have to say. Because them motherfucking Mexicans, Chinese motherfuckers from the Chinese restaurant came and tried to have me to sign some bullshit. That bitch was swinging me all around and I did not fight her. But it was some white bitch standing there waiting for me to hit that bitch. And I would have been fucked up out here in 2025. I have to choose my battles wisely. And I have shown a great deal of moral competence and self-efficacy and self-esteem and self-control in all of my situations. But I'm going to tell you, if I get berserk on your ass, I want to. Because I'm going to let you know that I can change. And I am not having it. I don't agree with you. And I will fuck this whole shit up in a split second. Because that's who I am. And I care about who I am. Why do I need someone to tell me who to be and how to be ever? So that's so much that I don't get, where they can never explain what leads up to this point. Was it Kenosha police still in my convertible? Where my shit broke down on Sheridan Road off of Washington Road in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And the police came, instead of helping me push the car to the who's going to fix my shit, helped me push it damn near the same distance. Where there was no tollway zone, but they still towed my shit because they knew it was mine. Now, if it was anybody else's, they would have left it there. But just because they knew it was mine, they stole my blue Chrysler Sebring convertible, and then had the nerve to come and ask me for a copy of my motherfucking title. The same title in 2020 that the Department of fucking Motor Vehicle told me in order to register my Chrysler Sebring dark blue, Chrysler midnight blue, motherfucking Chrysler Sebring convertible, put it in the mail. Why? So you bitches can call somebody and make a key and come get my shit and you had a title. You know how many of them male motherfuckers be stealing mail and shit? Opening mail and doing all kind of shit? Fuck it. I'm riding around this bitch with no motherfucking place. And you guys still gotta fight on your motherfucking hands for saying some shit like that. Like a motherfucker gonna stop buying cars. You gonna kill everybody. So that you, and I understand. Okay? I have come from a leadership and motherfuckers have been around that they just fucked up. But you gotta take a close motherfucking look and see how fucked up a motherfucker really truly is. So why would you want to let me stay there where you want to start off clean with a whole fresh slate? Why would you take the motherfucking job until they completely clean this shit up? Because they have promised you within what? Or did they? It does not matter. My responsibility is to keep on moving, keep on living, and probably at times keep on trucking. I'm not going to sit here and let you all violate me constantly to the point where I have non-existence. At some point, I'm going to say, I admire the situation. I admire the approach of some, ideally, of the United States of America, of clinicians, of medical personnel, just because even the clothes that they wear. But that's not a fucking enough for me. Yeah, you guys have acquired these big ass buildings. I can see that. But how did you cheat to get them? That is not enough for me. I am not satisfied. I am not convinced of anything. I know who I am, and I want to continue to be my own self. So I have to continue to live and do the things that I want to do for my own life. Shit. Motherfuckers will sit there and buy a franchise or something and misuse it, knowing motherfucker well that they ain't supposed to do it. Just because it's easy for them to do. Because it'll draw in someone to come buy the shit better than your little restaurant that you have to spend the same motherfucking much money. It's easier for the city to regulate and approve your shit just because of the name on it, but your hiring practices are illegal. The way these motherfuckers only hire family. The way you all are working behind motherfuckers' back and then not having to pay taxes and then sending it to fund a different whole motherfucking country. But then you're charging taxes to those who come to buy this shit. And then is it even real? See, these are the things that I question every day. It looks like I'm doing nothing, but I am just living. A part of me is my academic excellence. A part of me is me taking care of my life and doing the things that I'm supposed to do for my own self. I have to continue to figure out, how do I even thrive? How do I even become more attractive? What all do I need to do to get the attention of him? I ain't scared. Huh? What, the motherfucker thought that I wasn't trying to look good for some motherfucking body? Oh, I don't have to. Because whatever I'm doing, it's going to work. I'm going to manage it. Yes. But what do I have to do to continue to live, though? I don't want to have to look fake and wear all that motherfucking makeup and then, one good sweat and I'm like, oh, shit. Limp dick. Now what am I supposed to do? I have literally said, and this is real, I'm always abundantly real, the best of my ability. I have rejected to have a sexual encounter with someone, which it wasn't sex because I had no release of my bodily fluids, barely any sweat. I had to do what I had to do to even have an orgasm after a while, and that came from masturbation. And then the motherfucker, I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Motherfuckers threw away. I had a plug-in motherfucking body massager that I had got from an adult bookstore. And it was thrown away. Why would you throw that away? It's mine. But it has been times where I knew that it's something wrong. And maybe it was the drugs. Maybe it was, but at that time, I said, you're not attracted to me. Why or who are you fucking so hard that, because I've been around somebody, I've been in the house with them for weekends straight. And after they had so much ejaculation, then it was hard to, after that fourth time, during that one encounter, yeah, it's pretty tough. I've been in a situation before where somebody had been inside of me and couldn't believe and laughing and celebrating that they were inside of me and ejaculated or busted a nut or had an orgasm once, and then they got hard again, did it again, and they could not believe it, and then fucked around and did it the third time. But that fourth time, it was like, damn, I can't get hard. Please suck it so that I can get hard, because I want to keep doing this. Sometimes it get that good to you. But when I haven't did anything with you for a while, and you telling me to suck on you to get you hard, what the fuck is going on? If you masturbating, but you took away my motherfucking masturbation machine, goddammit, where it was the great thing for me. See, I don't have to sit here and cuss motherfuckers out where I can lay in the motherfucking bed. But guess what? I got me a motherfucking shower. I got me a shower head. Yes, I did. Huh. I don't give a fuck if you call me a cheater. Call me a wet cheater. Because I guarantee what, I wasn't cheating on my motherfucking self. And I needed to feel what I believed that I felt at that time. And it was then understood. If you are not doing it for me, if you working so motherfucking hard where you tired and all that different stuff, then I don't appreciate getting tired. I don't get tired. But I have my motherfucking problems. Okay? But when someone tells me that I have to arouse them before I believe that you should already be aroused many times. And so I look at the state and the condition of these men around here, or those who have penises. It's hard. I don't really see them getting erection around me, and I know it's not me, that it's them. What are you doing? What is it? What your blood flow? When they're having that male pattern baldness, and they're talking about, oh, they're getting old. You have been fucking since you were 12. Literally releasing semen. Going crazy fucking. And now you 40 and 50. Motherfuckers be saying in their 20s they old. I cannot buy it. I cannot get with them. You see what I'm saying? And they're not being taught. You have to build your blood. One thing that it says in some of these books that are out here, religious books, is do not spill your semen off into the ground. Do not waste it. If you're not going to plant it inside the body of your partner, you should keep it to yourself. Because you eventually can get it back through some other sort of channel, or maybe not. But just like those blood draws, you don't get that back. I don't care what they tell you, especially where you're not getting iron enriched nuts and berries and legumes and shit that you're supposed to eat to build your blood. So I'm out here speaking life, a true life form, a living being. And I sit up here and I know this stuff. It's not hard to really understand. But what am I supposed to do? Where I can't even make it from point A to point B. Where I can't even go anywhere and buy food. Where it's tough for me to even explain anything to anybody. Because I'm always causing a fight. It's always me. I can't argue anything. I cannot question, hey, why did you say that? Hey, that's misinformation. Me being bright in a situation is never harmful. Oh, that's inappropriate. You shouldn't talk like that here. You're going to get sexual harassment. Now, it has been some times where I really wanted to be with someone. And I would always say, listen, if there ever comes an opportunity, I really want to be with you. But I appreciate whoever you are, whatever you are, and what you can be to me. And I would definitely let it be known. Don't you ever forget it. That I would definitely rock. I would just be there for you and be everything that you would imagine me to be. Because you are what I would imagine you to be. And I know that you're not going to do anything but get better. Even if I just touch you, I feel good. Just to hear your voice, I've come alive. And motherfuckers don't really understand that sort of thing. But and yet and still I can. But and yet and still I continue to believe in myself. And these are the things that I hold true to through all my ways. I can't even get a job. I don't even have... I have a criminal background. That the way that I'm really truly am for myself, I can't even go to school and just be in a classroom with anyone that I can have a conversation with, such as how I am, and learn how I can get a job just living my own life. I have to be in situations where I'm constantly outlawed and illegal. My driver's license was inappropriately taken from me. I literally watched in real time a campaign of being gang stalked throughout a course of after court in Kenosha, Wisconsin, with their police officers in their mental illness facilities that they've contracted, and now they're just exploiting them inappropriately as if they're an actual county entity, and they aren't. I can understand the depths of my ways, and that is true. But I'm not here to play. And I'm not here for these motherfuckers to sit here and punish me and call me sick, because that's the only thing that will stop me from getting on their ass. Your chief should do it. Your mayor should have been made sure that was established before he sit there and pin your punk ass. But what can I expect? Where he called the motherfucking building inspectors and filed a report on me and lied and said I had indoor furniture outside of my motherfucking house. They own motherfucking alderman was constantly making false reports, participated in the stealing of my dad's house that my dad paid for. They did the same thing with my dad's car, all the cars, everything that we have earned through their fucking system, and still managed to pay it all off. We didn't owe shit, nothing. And they know that I'm black. And motherfuckers was coming all ages to our house. Motherfuckers could not stop it because property taxes being paid, bills was being paid, everything was in line. Plus motherfuckers was shopping, had money in the bank, and going out to eat every fucking day. I am here to motherfucking argue. And then had the nerve to have food in a motherfucking refrigerator, cabinets, and a whole motherfucking deep freezer full of food. Them motherfuckers even stole the liquor that was in the bar downstairs. The titty cups and every motherfucking thing. Clothes on our back, shoes on our motherfucking feet, food in our belly, a table. The motherfucker said it was in this house, in God, what is it? In this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what it said, but it was saying in this house, I used to know it. But my dad said he had these signs, and I'm trying to remember what the fuck they said. But it was, even if I was too busy, God damn it, I got to print the text on this motherfucking wall next to my goddamn table to show how thankful I am for this motherfucking food on my goddamn table. If there is a motherfucking God, I have been a great steward over so much. And I have heard somebody say, I have been faithful over a few things, and I'm going to make you a ruler over many. And when I heard that, it wasn't necessarily, I don't know if it was directed to me, but I didn't know how to take that, and I didn't know how to accept it. But the way that it was, I was caught between a conflict of wondering, should I accept it, or how should I feel about this shit? But I felt something about it. You motherfuckers can't tell me twice about a goddamn thing. And I should not have to keep sitting out here repeating myself. And I cannot go through the steps to properly facilitate. What can I do? I have filed grievance in these jails. Not one of them motherfucking sheriffs that's sitting here retiring is still on. None of them wrote me a letter and address. None of it. Not even when I went to jail and they had the opportunity to have some shit in my motherfucking mailbox or anything to say we have received all of these motherfucking grievances you wrote. And this is the finding. They don't give a fuck because nigga is you trying to bury me alive. These motherfuckers trying to have me brain dead out here. They have not addressed shit. And I'm here to motherfucking argue. I don't care. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Now, these motherfuckers want to haul ass and constantly get a retirement. How many of these bitches are retired with their work undone where you have to hire somebody? Them programs should have been done. The funding for them programs should have been over so you can get something better. They keeping crisis in their motherfucking community. They mad at motherfucker. Defund the police and get some motherfucking apprenticeships out in this bitch. Fuck y'all. No, you're not gonna do that because the stupid ass, bitch ass motherfucking school to prison pipeline out in this motherfucker constantly. Bullshit is not about anything. And you gonna keep, cause these sorry ass motherfuckers starting off making $70,000 a year. And maybe after a year, it increases. How many times I watched a man sit there and I said, you not getting up to go to work? He said, no, I took 2 hours vacation. I used to be so motherfucking happy. I wanted to jump all over his ass in that motherfucking bed so goddamn hard. But you know what I'm saying? If he called on me, I was running. And so I realized you really don't like me. See, I'm my own self. I may not have always had the energy to clean that motherfucking house, but I have always been there for any extension of myself. So what would make you believe that I'm going to motherfucking neglect myself and these niggas that I supposed to have babies by sit there and believe these tramp assholes that want some of that for them? And the reason why, you're going to look at her background. A motherfucker said this: if you sit there, it's trisexual now. And that might be a heavy thing for some who is really self motherfucking lost. And this is what I'm saying. If you believe everything somebody else tell you, don't go with the flow. Some motherfuckers might want to get with somebody that look like them to get more testosterone. I'm a real man. I'm a real whatever the situation is. These motherfuckers will sit out there and accuse somebody of trying to learn and be something that they are of their own life. I don't have to be anything. All I have to do is be myself. Because everything that they have did to me, I'm smarter than them. They'll sit up there and attack those with those big penises because, you know, the ones with the little ones cannot sit there and bust you open and get past some motherfuckers showing you up in the inside. And if you happen to get pregnant, then they'll give you that C-section and take whatever they want to take about you and damn near kill you. They don't care about that shit because it's one step closer to a motherfucker that knew what happened before, to a step closer where they gonna program you right away in school. New world order. But maybe it's not so bad after all for a new world order. But what they gonna fuck around and find out, what about some real motherfucking education? They got these payday loans just erecting. How you sit there and approve that shit? 300% interest rate or more. I got like $100 loan and I owed them motherfuckers damn near $1,000 when I got done with it, and I was paying them every fucking week. That's all I can afford is give them 20, 30. Ain't no jobs out here. I can't even go and get me a motherfucking job out here. Then they make the schedules. Oh, I can't even catch the bus. Because this started at 4 o'clock in the morning. What kind of motherfucking public transportation is not open 24 hours a day? And some are. They got trains. They make sure that's why they able, like New York City and shit, I don't know, but they able to charge, they're making minimum wage $30 an hour or something. They're able to charge, they can afford their rent to be for a 1-bedroom $2,000. These motherfuckers want to talk shit about the cost of living and all these different things. But you have to realize, what are you doing to me? I care about the situation. I'm learning better more and more every day. But it's up to me to decide what I care about the most. Who are you? Because I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do in my life. I know I don't have any money. I can't compete with some of these individuals out here of their money and their jobs and all the property they have and what kind of background they come from. I'm not going to waste my time. That's not what I care about. What I'm going to do is just stay alive. I would never expect someone to be stupid to leave who they love, first of all. Then someone who is highly attractive with all kind of shit that the average black motherfucker does not have. Then you have your work. Then you might have a child who you have been wildly successful raising together that really wants you to stay together. What the fuck is wrong with it? I'm not going to say, all I can do is say, you know what, but I'm sure glad that I've ever seen it. I'm sure glad that I can just appreciate who I am in a situation. I'm not going to sit here and pray for your downfall and all this different shit. I don't give a fuck. It's some situation. I ask, okay, you want me to keep it? I'm going to keep it real. I have a conflict. How can you be in that situation and be married? Because some in a different position can't even be married in a similar profession. And this didn't come and occur to me until later years down the line where I was already wildly away from it. But that is not everyone's proposition. And I understand that. But I have to let a motherfucker know I'm not going to let this shit drive me crazy or insane. Because some are derived from the origin and they do things a lot differently because they are desperate to have someone with the proper education. They'll accept any motherfucking thing because they know somebody will get the goddamn job done. Hell, and I do not appreciate any having that little motherfucking erecting cause. I'm not a stupid ass motherfucker, and yet and still these motherfuckers want to try to kill me before I'm awakened. Before I ever get one. I don't have to tell everything, but what I am going to do is let someone know that I've been thinking about them, that I have been considering myself, and that I ain't got to be some fool ass stupid bitch for the rest of my life. But I care about myself, and I hope that this message has been most beneficial to someone else, and I wouldn't allow time for somebody else to talk. I'm out here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis, but I ain't done talking.